What's going on, YouTube, and welcome back to the Diamond Kingdom. It's the Diamond Lion, and today we are going to go back out into our survival world. Check out some of our live streams. Usually every weekend I do at least one live stream. Just kind of hanging out and having some fun and taking raids and building and all that kind of stuff. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, make sure to check out the channel. So anyway, for today, like I said, we are going to be looking at building a pumpkin and melon farm. And the reason I say a pumpkin and melon farm is they're basically the same thing. The concept and the way that both farms run is going to be the exact same. So we're going to take a puppy with us here today. And basically all you have to do is you're going to need a lot of observers and pistons. That is really the difficult part of this build. You know, it's not one of my more simple methods. There are other methods you could use, but this one is fully automatic, which is very nice. And once you're able to get to the nether and get the observer materials for the quartz, that's pretty much the most difficult part of this farm. So as you can see, really all you have here is, this is the premise right here, these 4 blocks. So grass block, piston facing toward that empty grass block, an observer facing the pumpkin stem. That's your 4 blocks, so keep that in mind, okay? And then behind it, you're going to have a piece of redstone and a piece of dirt. So a piece, well, really a solid block behind the observer, and behind the piston, you're going to want a piece of redstone, and that is the entire way across for all of these. That is how this is done. And basically you may be asking yourself, well, the diamond line, how does this work? So basically all it is the second the stem moves over and you produce a pumpkin or a melon depending on the side, the observer is going to read that bit of motion from the pumpkin stem or the melon stem, and that's going to push the piston. That's going to make the piston react to the motion. And that is how this works. So it's a very simple concept. And I really like this. It's worked really well for me. And I mean, you could say it's a decent amount. I mean, you know, I do check this fairly often. But this is a very efficient way of getting pumpkins and melons, and it doesn't take any work. There are other methods that also work, but I've seen ones where they just have a row of pumpkins, and then you just have you hit a lever, and then all the pistons go off and push everything once it's all filled. But you have to do that manually. This is really nice because, yep, just like that, it's fully automatic. And what you're going to do, you could do this as far or as much as you want, but basically this is all you really need. You do not need like 15 or 30 going across. If you're patient enough, you don't need to do that. You could also double layer this, right? So you put another block up here and do the same thing. There are ways of making it more efficient, but the reality is, you know, depending on if you're in a server or multiplayer, maybe you should make this a little bit bigger. But for me personally, in my individual single player survival world, all you need is probably 5 of each, and you're done, and you're probably set on pumpkins and melons for the rest of your time in your world. And I like the idea of having the hopper there just because it's automatic pickup, right? The water is naturally flowing the materials into the hopper, and it's using the game's mechanics to your advantage. So you don't need pistons or redstone pushing the items. You don't need to do any of that. It does it for you. Let the game do the work for you. And that's something that's really important. The more you kind of play the game and have more experience, you'll kind of see that is, make your life easier, more so than making it more complicated and more complicated and more difficult. Because advanced isn't always better, and especially for guys or gals out there trying to make their first farm, a starting farm, you're gonna need food early on, and you're not gonna necessarily have all the materials, a ton of redstone and sticky pistons and slime and all that. This is a very efficient way of doing it. And like I said, the most difficult part about this is the observer, which is you're going to need quartz. in order to actually craft an observer. And if you're gonna do this, you're gonna need a couple of them. So make sure you get to the nether, get that quartz, and you can start making observers, and just like that, you're gonna have an automatic pumpkin and melon farm. So overall, like I said, it's a pretty simple concept, but that is going to do it for today. Hopefully you guys like this video. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you again next time.